I can't even see the culture that we're living in and the people that live in the society being willing to go to war for anything on behalf of somebody else.
No, I don't. We live in a very selfish society.
And that blows my mind that it was not that long ago where we were fighting for something that was, like that, and it's powerful. And when you and I talk sometimes about like the future, as far as how divided we are as a nation, Democrat, Republican, truth, lie, it's so much one side of the aisle that we talked before about the potential of a civil war breaking out. And I've expressed to you, man, I just cannot see people taking to the streets or taking to up in arms against one another, when in reality it's like the ones that are really responsible for all this divisiveness and the social engineering and programming people to it's the government, the media, the corporations, the institutions that are all having those seats of power to just put that thing in front of your face to make you believe a certain way.
Well, and I think that's exactly why that shows you that is possible, is because even though I don't believe these thoughts are originally these people's, they do believe them now, and they believe very strongly about them. And to get to your point about everyone, I don't think everyone's going to engage in this civil war if it ends up happening. It's going to be the people that feel the most strongly about it.
That's true.
And that even if there's 20,000 people on each side fighting it out,
that's still a war.
That's still a war.
Yeah,
and that's still going to affect a lot of things that are going on in this country. So it might not be every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there, but
I think that's the way we perceive it when we're not like a historian, as far as, because I perceive like the Civil War as being like a lot of the people, like majority of the people are out there like, let's get it.
No. It was maybe for the South, there were a lot of people that conscripted and they really believed. And not all of them were fighting for slavery. I do have to say that. And I used to think that, but a lot of it, I see the states' rights issue now, just because we're kind of going through a states' rights issue right now, in my opinion. The federal government, it's an entity that wants to eat and eat and eat up more power. And you can see it with, after 9/11, the Patriot Act.
Yes.
They took a lot of, they saw how much power they can get away with taking, so they took that. And then COVID as well.
They said, take your shoes off.
Yeah, exactly.
We gonna make you take your shoes off.
COVID as well. I was in Maryland when COVID happened, and there were a lot of people that didn't come out of their house for like
months,
years, like a year and a half, 2 years. They didn't come out.
There's still people out here wearing masks like religiously.
Oh, in Maryland, it's like, it's not everyone, but it's still like half the people I saw were wearing masks over there. And
that's wild. Like, even though like there's been countless amount of studies and doctors coming out saying the masks don't work, even Fauci himself saying it doesn't work yet, they're still part of it. You think it's, I don't want to say a cult, but do you think it's kind of like has that kind of vibe to it?
I don't know. This is getting I'm gonna put my tinfoil hat on real quick. But I think Twitter Files 12, there were messages from the U.S. Army talking about doing psyops in the United States, and the FBI, what we know about them and what the CIA is probably doing now. I really think that it is, I use the word brainwashing, but not in a mystical sense of like, oh, they shoot out this beam and you believe this stuff. But when someone is doctoring what you can see, what point of views you can see, and they're doctoring how that news is presented to you,
scary,
then you are going to believe what they're telling you. If they
it's what you take,
present
it's what you're taking
exactly.
in. Yeah.
It's the information that you're taking in, which is why I feel some of these people are not seeing the truth necessarily. But at the same time, I have to wonder to myself, like, I was living in Maryland, and I would watch a news thing and that doesn't seem to be true. Like, let me do some research on that.
Yeah.
Some people never get past that step. They just see it like, all right.
Right.
Get on CNN, they were trusted beforehand, before all this, the culture war started. Yeah. Let me trust them now. They wouldn't lie to me, but like they're just blatantly lying to people, which is why I think that it seems so cult-like,